Hey, what's up, y'all? So I'm back with another Road to CCNA video, and in this lesson today, we covered access control lists. A couple things that we covered in this lesson: different types of ACLs. Standard ACLs are basically what we worked with in this lesson, but there's numbered ACLs and named ACLs. They both do the same; they're just configured slightly different. What are ACLs? What do they do? So we're able to permit or deny traffic. Hold up. With ACLs, we are able to either deny or permit inbound or outbound traffic on an interface. And when it comes to ACL logic, it reminds me a lot of the if-else statement from coding. So it's very important the order that you configure your ACEs and the access control entries that make up the ACL. Because once a condition is met, all the other conditions below are ignored. But yeah, that's about everything we covered. We still have one more day of ACLs. But yeah, so far a fun lesson. This is like getting into like the network security stuff. So yeah, I'm excited. And we have a lab, but lifetime is about to close, so I'm gonna do that when I get home. Okay, so now I am back at the crib and we have a lab to do, starting with configuring OSPF on R1 and R2 to allow full connectivity between PCs and servers. And then we're going to start setting up our ACL. So let's get right to it. Okay, so we are in our router 1, and I just set the router ID to 1.1.1.1 for good practice. And now I'm about to enable OSPF on all interfaces. Okay, interface G00, interface G01. And now for the serial interface, 0/0/0. Just set the router ID on router 2 for 2.2.2.2, enabling OSPF on the serial interface. Interface G00 and interface G01. Okay, so let me explain the last couple configurations I did right here for R1. So, as you guys know, for OSPF, when you have OSPF enabled on a router, and it's not connected to another router on a certain interface, it's always good practice to set that interface as a passive interface. So OSPF hello packets are being sent out of. And that's what I did right here. Once I enabled passive interface default, the connection between, because this shut down, but this basically set every interface as a passive interface on the router, including the serial connection I have between router 1 and router 2, where OSPF had reached the full state. We basically OSPF was shut down because I set it as a passive interface, but then I did no passive interface for S000, and we reached the full state again. But now I'm about to go to R2 and do the same thing because it's a good practice. So we'll get right to that, and I'm gonna show y'all we're gonna lose the full state of OSPF, but it's gonna come back. Okay, now I just ran those commands again. We lost the full state of OSPF, but when I hit the no passive interface S000, we are back. Here goes our routing table to confirm our 2 learned OSPF routes. All right, now we're on to number 2. Configure standard numbered ACLs on R1 and standard name ACLs on R2 to fulfill the following network policies. These are the network policies that we have to do. And it's looking like maybe this can be done in 3 ACLs. I'm thinking 4, but we're about to get right to that. And I'm going to write these down first before I configure them. Just personal preference. Got my ACLs on the configure. Time to do it on the routers. Okay, we're starting on this command right here in R1. 172.16.1.0/24 can't access 172.16.2.0. So these two can't access each other, and that is the command right here that I have. We're going to deny traffic from this IP or subnet, correct subnet mask. My bad, take 2. Now we're going to finish off with the permit any because of an implicit deny. So if I just did this command and this command alone, yeah, it would deny all other traffic that didn't match this IP address as well. Now we are assigning the access group to an interface, and this is going to be for inbound traffic. Made a mistake and did outbound traffic, but there we go. Show access list to confirm. Now we got our ACEs for the second access list, and now we are assigning it to the interface. Show access list to confirm. So now we're doing a standard named ACL. I just created the name for my ACL. So let's get to it. Okay, so since the first command, this is the command we're doing here, the ACL, only PC1 and PC3, PC1, PC3 can access 192.168.1.0. This is the ACE that's representing that first one. That is the IP address for PC1. We do not have to specify a wildcard mask. So PC3. Now, since only these two hosts can access that subnet, I denied all other traffic coming from that part of the topology. Now for the permit any command, that way IP addresses outside of this subnet can access the 192.168.1.0 subnet. Now we are assigning those commands or that ACL to this interface G00. Now we are doing this one right here. Hosting 172.16.2.0/24 can't access 192.168.2.0, and that is the correct command for that one. In mask, we're going to deny that traffic, but we are going to permit anyone else. Interface G01. Now we are assigning it to G01, inbound traffic. All right, a little show access list to confirm everything, and all my ACLs have been configured on the correct interfaces. And yeah, appreciate y'all.